Playing with Fire is one of the best pony movies of 2019, and believe me, I had no idea this was gonna be a pony movie going in, but I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of pony that was in this movie. This film was released under Nickelodeon Movies, the same company responsible for Wonder Park, which I've heard from some pals is pretty bucking bad. They also had that Lauren is Exploring movie that came out last year. This film was directed by one Andy Frickman, responsible for classic films like anti-drug movies in the mid-2000s, movies starring The Rock, and of course, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, Paul Blart Mall Cop,
With the movie starring such big names like Ferdinand, Obama's anger translator, Luigi Mario, the Allstate guy, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and Kitty Sanchez. The film follows a pretty standard formula of action movie style tough guys having to settle down and take care of kids, with movies like Kindergarten Cop, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, The Pacifier, The Tooth Fairy, Are We There Yet, and so on. But the big difference with this movie and those movies is instead of having the main characters be cops, or in the army, or sports stars, or even gangster rappers, the main characters are a bunch of firefighters, led by John Cena and including Keegan-Michael Key and John Leguizamo. They rescue a group of kids in a cabin that's on fire, and it seems they'll have to take care of them until their parents can come pick them up. Usually the children characters in these kinds of movies follow the dynamic of the two young optimistic kids and the older child who's a little bit more cynical and wisecracking. In this case, that child is played by Brianna Hildebrand, which means that I get to use this clip from Deadpool 2.
I'm just surprised anyone would date you, especially Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony.
Oh, there's also a firehouse dog that befriends the kids. As we all know, anytime there's a cute dog in a movie, it lessens the rating on the movie's suckability index chart. Along with the firefighters, John Cena's ex-girlfriend, who's totally gonna get back with him by the end of the movie, is played by Judy Greer, and she's here to help too. From there, we have typical wacky hijinks that ensue in a lot of these kinds of family movies. The kids make a mess of their building, often backsass the adults, poop jokes.
Boom boom.
Boom boom, what's boom boom? Don't look at me. Don't do it or I'm gonna...
But the real heart of this movie comes in one very special scene. In an effort to make it up to the kids, they decide to throw a My Little Pony themed birthday party. Now usually in movies, I kinda tend to zone out, but being the pony fanboy, whenever anything MLP is addressed, I am immediately invested, and this scene is no exception. It was amazing to see MLP being noticed in this film that's on the big screen. Even if the rest of the movie is pretty bad, I can at least say this scene kept my attention, as well as made me more excited for the MLP movie coming in 2021. Just one more year, baby! Anyway, the movie ends like you'd expect, with the kids being adopted by John Cena, who makes up and marries Judy Greer. And it's highlighted in this scene that John Leguizamo knows his MLP trivia, and I now theorize that he is possibly a brony.
Oh, look, you got Rainbow Dash, known for her loyalty.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You got Fluttershy,
Okay.
known for her kindness. Oh. Axe, you got Pinkie Pie.
Well, what's wrong with Pinkie
I
Pie?
mean, nothing wrong with it, just that Pinkie Pie is known all over the kingdom of Equestria for her mad, infectious laughter.
If the show was still going, I would say that we need this man to make a guest appearance. I mean, we could get John Delancey, Weird Al, Patton Oswalt, Captain Kirk, Emily Blunt, Michael Pena, and even Sia. We can get John Leguizamo. So because of the MLP party sequence alone, I'm willing to give this movie an 8 John Leguizamos out of 10. As the movie itself, it was received very negatively amongst critics, saying the movie falls into cliches, bad humor, and flat production. However, at the box office, it went home with $53.8 million on a $29.9 million budget. Usually declared the kind of movie that families with really, really young kids would like, but everyone else would find bland or unfunny. But again, same studio behind Wonder Park. Look, from what I hear from Nick, they're apparently trying to stay in the public eye with more SpongeBob spin-offs and signing deals with Netflix to compete with Disney+. This movie just might be one of those films that they churned out to stay active, and it just so happened to have an amazing scene filled with pony references in it. I don't know. No, Nick, I will not take your money. Foul temptress?